first in high definition from the station on your side. This is WAVY News 10.
We begin with breaking news. Police identified the man in a suspicious death investigation in Hampton that spanned 2 local cities.
Hampton police found a man's body in an abandoned home on East Moreland Drive, and now they are saying that man is 73-year-old Tommy Alley. A Newport News man reported missing by his son back on February 21st, and they are now calling the case a homicide. We reported last week that Alley's truck was reportedly used to escape a robbery with a box cutter. Police found the truck in Georgia. They arrested 2 people there. We have a reporter working this story in Newport News. We'll have a live report when that crew arrives.
An innocent shopper is recovering following a shootout at a local convenience store.
And one of the gunmen was also shot. It happened at the Solo Mart, 4700 block of Marshall Avenue, around 9 o'clock last night. 10 News Side's Melanie Woodrow spoke with the store's manager who shared video of the shooting.
Tom and Nicole, we spoke about this here as a news organization, and we've decided to share this video for the same reason that the store's general manager shared it with us. He wants people to know that this is what can happen when people turn to violence to solve their disagreements. We do want to let you know that some viewers might find this video disturbing. Soda bottles exploded as Newport News police say Jazz Grant and another man shot at one another. According to police, the men got into it outside of the Solo Mart. Inside, their fight escalated, ending with bullets. Innocent customers were involved. The store's manager says Bruce Tyson was shopping when he was hit in the leg by a bullet.
He just came to the store, get some bread, and he got a bullet.
The store manager says there were 5 customers and an employee inside at the time.
It doesn't make no sense to somebody who comes to something. You got a problem with somebody, take you somewhere with nobody. Don't bring it to something we could put other people's life in danger.
Tyson, the innocent victim, waited for police to arrive at the scene, but one of the shooters took off. He himself shot in the stomach. Police met up with that man, Jazz Grant, nearby. He's in fair condition at a local hospital, according to police. Police say they interviewed the other shooter, not injured, on the scene. This crime scene tape and flashing lights were down today, but inside a bullet hole served as a reminder of last night's violence. The shopper shot in the leg. Bruce Tyson was released from the hospital, according to police. He did not want to speak with us on camera today. At this time, no arrests have been made. Tom?
That was pretty incredible surveillance video. Melanie Woodrow, live in the newsroom. Tonight at 6, you're going to hear what local community leaders are doing in an attempt to stop the violence in Newport News.
A 4-year-old accidentally shot at his father's home is still in the hospital, and we're told after 13 surgeries, the boy has taken a turn for the worse. Both parents were in court today for a custody hearing. Virginia Beach police charged his father, Nicholas Pierce, with felony child neglect. A bullet hit the 4-year-old in the hip inside their home on Buckhorn Place in the Salem area on February 9th. Pierce is out on bond, but a judge said he cannot have contact with his son or his son's mother. A call for help in a wooded area led to an accidental death investigation. It happened on New Kent Highway in Quinton. Authorities received a 911 call about a man in the woods yelling for help. Emergency crews found 61-year-old Clayton Boyd's body there. He owns Boyd Tree Service. Investigators say it appears a falling tree limb hit him. The Department of Labor is now investigating.
On the road again, dozens boarded a bus for Richmond for a second time to protest those coming tolls to 2 tunnels in Hampton roads. They want the governor and state lawmakers to reverse that plan. 10 on your side's Ava Hurdles live in Portsmouth. Ava, this group is staying on message.
That's right, Tom. No one we talked with wants tolls considered a done deal to pay for upgrades at the tubes. Portsmouth Councilman Bill Moody says he just has to disagree with the governor when it comes to tunnel tolls.
Until those tolls begin to be collected at the tunnels, in my mind and the mind of a lot of citizens, it's not a done deal. We're going to Richmond today to let the governor know that we want him to pull the plug on putting these tolls in place.
The councilman joined others who have similar feelings about paying to drive through the Midtown and downtown tunnels.
I just think it's blatantly unfair to put tolls on tunnels that are already paid for to pay for a new tunnel when we haven't been given any other opportunity to talk about other options besides tolls.
Thanks to Delegate Matthew James, their voices will get heard before the Portsmouth delegation and a representative from the governor's office. He told 10 on your side, quote, "I think that anytime they want to voice their opinion, it's helping. It's definitely raising the awareness, and I support that." but organizers have bumper stickers for sale out there, plus an online petition drive and more.
The group NoTollsHR.org is our website that we're collecting and soliciting money for the contribution to pay a lawyer simply to file the injunction against the project based upon the fact that it is, again, unconstitutional.
He expects that injunction filed within the next few weeks, this as the group makes its way to the state capitol. By the way, an online petition has garnered 8,400 signatures so far. The goal is 10,000 names. We're live in Portsmouth tonight. Ava Hurdle, 10 on your side.
And in case you don't know, under this plan, toll rates would start at $1.59 off-peak and $1.84 during those peak hours for cars using the downtown and midtown tunnels.
A man is in the hospital after a driver hit him while crossing the street in Norfolk. It happened early this morning at the intersection of East Ocean View Avenue and Chesapeake Boulevard. The 44-year-old was seriously hurt but is expected to be okay. Police have not filed charges against the driver, but they are investigating. Hampton police say this man robbed a 7-Eleven, then took off on a moped. Investigators say Chester Schaefer had a gun and wore a mask as he demanded money. It happened early Wednesday morning at the store on East Mercury Boulevard. Police arrested him a short time later.
She's 50 years old and preparing to answer the nation's call to duty one last time. The world's first nuclear aircraft carrier, the USS Enterprise, is scheduled to leave Norfolk Sunday for its final deployment. 10 on your side's Art Kahn spoke with the leadership of the Enterprise Strike Group, who say the ship's final mission is a fitting end to the Big E's combat record.
The crew of the USS Enterprise is about to embark on a voyage that will afford them an opportunity few people get.
Actually making and writing history.
Chief Stephen White's military career began on the Enterprise in 1995 when he was ordered to the ship for his first deployment. He volunteered for this one.
I could think of no greater honor than to come back to the first ship I ever served on and finish my career.
Most of the sailors serving aboard Enterprise are less than half as old as their ship. The Enterprise was launched in 1960 at Newport News Shipbuilding.
It's still looking in pretty good shape.
And ready to ship out.
In spite of the history surrounding this final deployment of the USS Enterprise, make no mistake, her orders have little to do with nostalgia.
This is a combat deployment, and the eyes of many nations will be on the Enterprise and her air wing.
This is what we do in the United States Navy. We sail the seas of the world, and we go where we're needed.
They are needed now in the Strait of Hormuz to answer threats from Iran to close off that vital shipping lane.
The crew understands what's at stake, and I think we'll do just fine.
The USS Abraham Lincoln passed through the Strait of Hormuz twice last month, despite warnings from Iran to stay clear. I asked the captain of the Enterprise about the continuing threats from Iran.
But I've got orders telling me to go through the Straits of Hormuz, and so we're going to do it.
Their journey begins on Sunday. At Naval Station Norfolk, Art Kahn, 10 on your side.
And Art will be aboard the Enterprise when she leaves Norfolk to cover the arrival of the ship's air wing next week.
The Navy recognized two of its best sailors today, and they're both women. At a ceremony at Naval Station Norfolk, Ship Serviceman First Class Angela Zamora was named Fleet Sea Sailor of the Year. Petty Officer Maria Johnson was named Fleet Shore Sailor of the Year. Both credited their fellow sailors for their success.
It took a lot of patience. It took listening to what your leaders had to say, listening to your sailors, because you didn't do it alone. I did it with the help of my sailors. They succeed, I succeed.
I won't be here right now if it wouldn't be for my sailors and if it won't be for my chain of command. Thanks to the support, thanks to my sailor support and my support of my chain of command, that's what I'm here for.
Petty Officer Johnson will move forward in one more round of the competition for the Chief of Naval Operations Shore Sailor of the Year.
We're learning more about a police officer accused of attacking two firefighters. Tonight, what possibly caused him to go after those trying to help him.
Then someone opened fire inside a psychiatric clinic. Among those hit, a Pittsburgh police officer.
And fire spreads to 4 homes. Next, why crews in Massachusetts have such a hard time fighting these flames.
A A shooting at the University of Pittsburgh killed 2 people, and police say one of those dead is the gunman. At least 5 people were hurt in the shooting at a psychiatric clinic. A SWAT team rushed to the scene at Western Psychiatric Institute and Clinic and locked down buildings there. A TV station reported at least 1 officer was treated for a bullet wound to the leg. Pitt's psychiatry department is part of the clinic. The university is on spring break. Flames destroyed homes on Hummerock Beach in Scituate, Massachusetts. That's on Cape Cod on the Marshfield border on the seawall. You can see the helicopter video there where the fire burned 2 homes to their foundations. 2 other homes sustained heavy damage. Firefighters say strong winds fueled the fast-moving flames.
We've been warned for decades that smoking can kill, and many of our youngest don't seem to be listening. A government report from the Surgeon General says smoking is epidemic among teens. Among the most notable findings, nearly 1 in 4 high school seniors smokes. 3,800 kids pick up the habit every day, and the government hopes to get teens' attention once again in a new public service announcement.
The view is breathtaking, but this solar storm could cause major issues. There were concerns of power problems and lost cell phone signals, but was its bark bigger than its bite?
And we all like to save money, but find out why police say this coupon cutter took her habit a little too far. It's not anything you can see or feel, at least on Earth, but a major storm hit the Earth, a solar storm.
And it could affect your cell phones, GPS devices, and more. The storm started when 2 massive solar flares erupted on the sun this week. 10 on your side, Stephanie Harris is looking into what we may experience and see over the next 12 hours or so.
Well, Nicole, Tom, solar storms are nothing new. They are part of the sun's regular 11-year cycle. But what is new since our last big storm? This. Cell phones, laptops, iPads. We are so dependent, or in some cases we're, let's admit it, addicted to our technology. And a storm that can mess with this stuff will certainly mess with you.
The sun's show is breathtaking.
The best part for us individually about solar flares and then the material they send out is that they also cause the aurora. And the aurora are absolutely stunning. I don't know if you've ever seen the aurora borealis or australis. It is quite extraordinary.
But this beauty could create a beast. NASA says it could disrupt high-frequency radio communication, GPS systems, and power grids, which could interrupt things like cell phone signals, ATMs, and air travel.
Satellites might experience single event upsets, electronic failure. You could have radio blackout, and I believe some areas on the sunlit side has already experienced that.
The solar storm is about 10 times stronger than the normal wind that hits the Earth. As it continues to shake Earth's magnetic field, experts predict we could feel its effects through Friday morning. Despite the potential problems, NASA scientists say there is no need to panic.
We see every corner of the sun all the time. So we are at least able to tell you that yes, this is coming towards us. Beware, keep watching, don't get hysterical.
Don't worry, that text message will save. So far, no major disturbances have been reported, but this solar storm is likely to last until tomorrow morning. And scientists are watching another set of active sunspots, potentially aimed at Earth over the next several days.
It makes me want to just say, run!
Nicole, I don't know what would happen to you if you were separated from your electronic devices.
Can you imagine?
No.
iPad, cell phone, wow.
You'd go into a shock, wouldn't you?
We do have a lot of information on this on WAVY.com, so if you want to learn more, we've got this page pulled up here, and we've got some pictures and a little information from NASA, so it is interesting, but hopefully we'll all be okay.
And the pictures are pretty. Go check them out.
And while you're perusing WAVY.com, here with Don Slater in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center.
I'm hysterical about it.
Yeah, he's looking at everything here and going through all this data. So far, no real problems.
No problems with it. There's one problem that has been experienced, but it's near Venus, and that's it. There's a space agency probe near Venus. It's called the Express spacecraft, and they've lost their onboard
If you have iPads up on Venus or anything, or text messages, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Here's a look at some other pictures of it, and just comparing the size of Earth with this thing, and there are all different kinds of wavelengths that they're using to track this and take take pictures of this. Obviously, they can't use regular visible pictures, but you can see the size of the Earth right there at the top, just to give you an idea of the size of the sun and the size of the Earth. A little bit closer view of this flare. By the way, this is the second strongest flare in about the past 6-8 months. We had an even stronger one in August. You can see again this one right on into here. All kinds of different wavelength pictures of them. Really like beautiful, beautiful pictures. You can see the corona of the sun as well. And one last picture. Again, that real bright flash from that solar flare. Now, and it's not going to affect us. Certainly not going to be affecting our weather. Could still affect some communications. Anything affecting our weather? Well, not yet. There's one lone shower way on out toward I-81, and that's it as far as being able to see it on Super Doppler 10 Live. Just too far out there yet. And again, you can see it out toward Hot Springs. But we are going to start to see this move in overnight. Could see an isolated shower during the evening, but even then it's not real likely. 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. Here's where we are at 2 o'clock in the morning. Stronger winds, 15 to 25, and we're starting to see some rain move toward the northern neck. Now that's 2 o'clock in the morning. By 5 o'clock in the morning, Accomack, well, much of the eastern shore, middle peninsula, northern neck, starting to move into the peninsula as well. Inland areas of the south side, northeast North Carolina, 15, 20 mile an hour winds. And then it passes through Virginia. This is about an hour earlier than what we had it passing through from yesterday, but pretty close to the same time frame. Good slug of rain moves on through. Winds kick up for a time during the late morning, early afternoon out of the north, and our skies begin to clear off in the afternoon. Might see a few stray clouds at the end of the day and overnight, but nothing real big. Here's where we are by Saturday morning. Northerly winds at 10 to 15, 10 to 15, and then finally winds become northeasterly, and it's going to be cooler for Saturday. So tomorrow morning, yep, we got some rain. We can see a quick half-inch of rainfall between around 4 o'clock and around 9, 10 o'clock for the Hampton Road cities, and then it should come to a quick end. But again, the clouds are moving on in, and ahead of a cold front, what happens this time of year, we often see breezy conditions. We also happen to see some very warm conditions, and that's what we've got going on right now. Temperatures are into the 70s, high today, 76. We expected 71, 72, but again, we hit 76 degrees. Right now, it's in the upper 60s and low 70s, and again, we'll drop on down, but not really all that much overnight. It's only going to drop to around 58, 59, 60 degrees during the overnight hours, and again, that rain moving in toward dawn. Here's our overnight forecast. Again, that rain, it's going to be moving in about the time that a lot of folks, if you're on the early shift tomorrow morning, you're going to run into rain most definitely throughout the region, only dropping to around 59, 60 degrees. And during the day tomorrow, 57, 58, 59, first part of the day, then it drops slowly in the afternoon, and it's going to drop a lot more rapidly after that, coming up into tomorrow night and, of course, into Saturday. Now, 58 degrees for a high temperature, but again, we're going to see that rain in the morning. During the afternoon, a little bit of sunshine. Good slug of rain, though, around half an inch of rain during the morning. 47 degrees, sunshine on Saturday, mostly sunny for Sunday, but right back up there again after a cold start to the day. 32, it'll be 58 on Sunday, and then back into the upper 60s, low 70s for next week. Remember to spring forward come Saturday night.
Today, Virginia Tech's police chief took the stand. Hear what he had to say about the mass deadly shooting and why students were not notified for 2 hours after the first bodies were discovered.
The economy might not be great, but that's not why many college students are having a hard time finding an internship. We'll explain why.
It's being called the battle of the booties between the young and the old. These two sisters in North Carolina created a thong adult diaper in an effort to get teens to pull up their saggy pants. Look at that. The women have begged young men to pull up those pants for years. That's when they decided to come up with their own home video spoof. These grandmothers used an adult diaper and modified it to look like a thong.
So we decided, how would they like it if their grandmothers had their underwear hanging out?
Yeah, I would. I suggest a lot of dudes start pulling their pants up, or we're going to start seeing a lot of granny thongs. You know.
That's right. We don't want to see pants on the ground, do we? The women say it's all in good fun, and it definitely got the attention of the younger generation.
You sing that song, Pants on the Ground? Oh, that.
Oh, we got two songs
You
to
get
sing.
Pants on the Ground.
Yes.
Pants on the
Andy
ground.
Fox does that the best.
He does.
Well, police say a Pittsburgh woman took couponing too far.
And the activity, it actually took her to jail. Police say that Linda Altman would steal newspapers after they were delivered, waiting for a delivery truck to unload the leftover papers into a storage shed. Police say she swiped almost $2,700 worth of newspapers over a year and a half's time, and she told investigators, hey, I just wanted the coupons.
I get it. I love to save money. First, it was Bank of America. Now, Wells Fargo customers are about to get hit with new fees. The bank is expanding efforts to charge $7 a month for customers using its essential checking account. Wells Fargo has not released which states are getting the new fee, but it goes into effect in May. There are ways for customers to waive the fee depending on their deposits and balances.
And college students are on the hunt for those summer internships, but they might not have much luck because many employers are no longer offering those unpaid internships, all because of lawsuits that claim interns should have been compensated for their work. Unpaid internships, by the way, they are legal. I had one myself.
Well, I had several.
You had several, but only if they meet strict, Nicole, strict criteria.
Oh, well, let's hope ours did. A Florida woman was excited to go on a first date with this handsome man, but her happiness faded after it ended up costing her more than $5 grand. What? We'll explain.
On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hello, Stephanie.
Hello. Check, check, check.
What was it about? If this guy asks you out on a date, police want you to say no. That's because he asked a Florida woman out to dinner while a friend broke into her home. While the woman waited for her date at the restaurant, surveillance video shows the man and his friends scoping out her home in Coral Springs, Florida. After a few minutes, they left and he met his date, but his friend went back to the home and police say he stole $5,000 worth of electronics.
We do believe that is a possibility that he's actually going around picking up females and planning burglaries.
Now, after his friend robbed the place, he gave the so-called Romeo burglar a call and said he had to go outside to take the call and never came back in. The guy at the restaurant, see him? So not only did he steal from her house, he also left her to pay the check.
Wow. Tonight at 5:30, why a police officer says he attacked 2 firefighters.